G'day, my name's Brent Heber and I'm the Greens candidate for Barton in the upcoming federal election when we go to a double dissolution on July 2nd. I wanted to talk about a couple of our policy initiatives for this election, and this video specifically is going to be talking about climate change. It's the reason that I'm running for the Greens. When I look at what the old parties are offering, they don't resonate with the anxiety I have about what science is telling us about how urgent our need is to deal with the threat of global warming. I have a 3.5-year-old son, and I'm very concerned about the state of the world that we're going to be leaving him. The Greens policy platform for this election is to renew Australia. We're talking about a transition to 90% clean energy to reduce our carbon footprint to 90% clean energy by 2030. This is a significantly higher number than either of the old parties. How we're going to do that is, firstly, again, unique status for us is that we're prepared to say no new coal, moratorium on coal mines. Neither of the old parties are prepared to match that. A big part of our centerpiece platform here is also looking at battery storage. We've announced a new policy on battery storage into this election that we want to see a rebate of up to 50% of the value of your battery storage systems tapering off between now and 2020 to really kickstart that industry here in Australia. I think most people realize that it's not a question of the environment or jobs. When we're looking at the renewable energy space here, we have amazing innovation. New South Wales University, Sydney University, and many others lead the way when it comes to the technologies that are needed throughout the planet to combat global warming. We should be throwing our weight behind these investments instead of cutting the funding as the Liberals are currently doing. And even Labor moving into this election are carrying through with cuts to ARENA and other government departments so vital to the success of the innovation in that space. When we're talking about the shift to renewable energy, we're also talking importantly about the democratization of energy production. And this is actually one of those curious things where people accuse the Greens of being communists, and you have to hold this up as one of the most capitalist ideas that we have. We're supporting the idea of a free market economy in energy production. We're saying that all of us should have a stake in that. If we have the opportunity to put panels on our roofs and generate electricity, then we shouldn't be fighting an uphill battle against incumbent utilities to sell that electricity on a free market. At the moment, the big three energy companies have a real stranglehold on the production of electricity, certainly in New South Wales and around the country. We really want to see those walls broken down so that we can all partake in the opportunities that come from producing our clean electricity and selling it to our neighbours. There's some great innovations happening in this space. Companies down out of Canberra whose intellectual property is involved in the Tesla battery, the Powerwall. So we've got a lot of great stories to tell about Australian innovation, and we really need to be supporting them at a federal government level, and make sure that those opportunities thrive, get capitalised and commercialised, and build jobs in our local area. Instead of those jobs being created in a handful of power stations out in remote environments, this is creating small businesses here in Barton for people to be installing solar panels, installing batteries, installing solar hot water systems, and really helping that transition. My own family's home, actually, we've strived over the last couple of years on a fairly tight budget. Every time a new appliance, we need to purchase a new appliance or an appliance is dying, we make sure that we're buying the most energy effective and energy efficient appliances that we can. And as a result, about 9 months of the year, with a little 2 kilowatt solar system and a solar hot water system, we're very, very much close to carbon neutral about 9 months of the year. Just winter when we have a few problems thanks to insulation of our old 1930s home. But yeah, that's where we stand with regards to the transition to a renewable Australia. I hope this gives you a feel for who I am and what I stand for, and the kind of policies that we're taking into this election in dealing with climate change, and furthermore, the creation of the jobs that can happen from that transition to a renewable economy. Thanks for listening.